Good afternoon and a warm welcome to today's session. I'm Sushmita Devisetti from Upgrad. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. So just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the webinar, apart from the ones that you've asked in the registration form, please type them in the Q&A form only so that I can bring them up at the end. So now without further ado, we will turn to our topic, how to build your career in Germany. Today, we have our expert panelists, Ms. Sahana Krishnamurthy and Mr. Ankur Dravan. Sahana worked as a lead data programmer for IBM and HSBC. And most importantly, she's our very own alumni of Upgrad, who did her diploma in data science from IIIT Bangalore and MS from Liverpool John Moores University. Ankur is a graduate from IIT Varanasi and a postgraduate from IIM Bangalore. He's currently serving as a president of Upgrad Abroad program. Over to you, Ankur.
Hey, thanks, Sushmita. Welcome, Sana, to our another webinar on Germany. We have been doing this series of webinars to tell people about the opportunities in Germany in all the fields, data science, software development, as well as for management courses, and informing them about what they can achieve if they decide to go for Germany as an option for building their career. So great to have an alumni who has done a course with us from IIIT Bangalore as well as Liverpool John Moores University. And now she is going to start a job in Germany as a data scientist. So what we will do, we will quickly first ask Sana to give us more details about her background in India. Where did she study? What did she do before she decided to take up the IIIT Bangalore?
Yes, sure, Ankur. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Sahana. I'm basically based out of Bangalore, and I'm currently living in Frankfurt, Germany now. After my bachelor's in engineering, I worked at IBM and HSBC Bank for almost 6 years in the field of data analytics. So when I really like working with data, so that is the time data science was a really good boom also. It was just three years before. So besides my work, I took up a PG diploma in IIIT Bangalore. And then after a year gap, then after I moved to Germany, I decided to take up the last semester of Masters in Data Science through LJMU. As Ankur said, recently I've transitioned into data science field. I'll be joining my first job as data scientist from this month. And yeah, I'm glad to share my experience with you all and help you with all your queries. Ankur, you want me to go in detail about anything?
No, I think my question would be, people have this question, what is a data analyst and how is it different from data scientist? So you just throw a little light on this data analyst versus the data scientist.
Definitely. Actually, data analysis is a part of data science, you can call it. Data science is the umbrella. So data analysis is a part of it. So data analysis mostly happens with you extracting the data, doing some manipulation on it, trying to understand what the data says. It is mostly based on the existing data. When it comes to data science, mostly you learn from the existing data and try to predict what you can get it in the future. So the forecasting and prediction part is what adds it to the data science. Apart from that, all the things you do as part of data analyst are definitely to be done in data science field as well, along with the extra of forecasting and prediction. And it do involve a lot of modeling techniques, and it's just something additional to data analysis. So
great. So you did your engineering in which field, and how did you end up with data analyst as a role rather than software engineering, which is the most popular in India?
I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication. Though there were no opportunities in electronics that time, I had to switch to software. Data analysis is not something I chose it myself. It was something that was assigned with my first project. And I was really interested to work on it. The tools, the programming language did excite me a lot. So I continued in that field.
So when you joined IIIT, this was in 2019, I believe, or 18?
18.
18. You started in 2018. So your first year was with us in 2018 to 19.
Yes.
How was your experience of doing IIIT Bangalore? Most of the students who will be joining us, even in today's call, all of them are going to pursue or are thinking of pursuing Triple ID Bangalore as a first year course, and they want to know what happens there. So any lights, like what was the course like? How was the learning experience? How was the support?
Yeah, definitely. Since I was already from data analysis background, taking a triple IT course was a bit. It really helped me a lot. It was not something I chose. I had plans of doing masters from long time. I was discussing it with my manager throughout. So he was the one who found this course and suggested me. So I took up this course, and it generally doesn't require any prerequisite as well. It don't expect you to already have a programming knowledge or any knowledge in that field. So they basically started from scratch. Though I was in data analysis, my primary programming language was SAS. So, but generally in data science, it's Python and R are mostly used. Though SAS is used, but most companies prefer Python or R. So we learned from basics of SQL, Python, every single programming language or concept was taught to us in detail from scratch. So that did help a lot. We were given, I believe, a 2 to 3 months initial period to learn these language before starting the actual PG diploma course. So we got enough time to accustom to the language, and then we could start directly with the PG diploma. And I did have a lot of other friends, teammates there who came from very different backgrounds. Still, they could follow the course completely. We worked on a lot of projects together, group projects. So it was a very, very good learning experience, I would say. And especially Upgrad, I have to thank, they have designed the course in such a way, keeping in mind all the needs of industry. They've given very good career support as well by the end of the course. So I would say it was a complete course. It did cover all the elements of it, even including big data technologies. So I would say it's a very good course to start with for somebody who is not even from this field. It's a good one.
Great. And I believe when you were studying, there were not specializations. Were there specializations also on offer, or this was introduced, I think, later only? And part of your course? Okay, so you didn't have to. So there was one question on the specialization you took, but the answer is that at that time there were no specializations. Now we have broken into 6 specializations, which take care of different needs of the learner. Some learners want to get into next level details. They can get into those specializations. And some want to learn more about the management side of the data science. They can take those specializations. So we have separated out both of them to make it easier for learner to choose their path based on their needs and their aspirations. Now, how long have you been in Germany now?
1.5 years. I came in December 2019. Yeah.
How will you rate Germany as a country for living compared to where you were staying in Bangalore?
Oh, it's really good. If you compare it with Bangalore, no, Bangalore has its own goods. I won't deny that. But when it comes to no traffic, very good. It's really good, I would say. Even the opportunities are good. It's a very different experience. It's not too different as when you compare to other Western countries like US. This is manageable for somebody who comes from Asia. You can really get accustomed to the culture here.
And how are the people there? Are they friendly? Are they aloof? Are they racist? I think these are the questions that people will have.
Yeah, I understand. No, they're definitely not racist. They are a bit reserved, I would say. But everybody greets you when you're walking on the road. Everybody says hello. Everybody say good morning. They are friendly, but by nature, Germans are a bit reserved. So they only talk to you when they really have to. And they generally come across as rude, but that's how they actually are. They don't try to be rude. That's how their language is, or that's how they're used to talking. So even when it comes to racism, I haven't faced anything or heard anything about it. So I wouldn't say anything about that. But they're good, friendly people, I would say.
Great. So now we keep hearing about this thing that Germany has a lot of jobs and less people. I think that's been discussed multiple times. Yeah. What's your sense? Like Germany in terms of finding a job in Germany? Is it difficult? Is it average? Is it easy? What do you think?
There are definitely a lot of jobs here. Even when you apply for a blue card, say, there is a section called uh, for separate section for engineers or scientists or medical professionals who are not very much in number. So for them, there is a separate section, even with lesser package also it works. For these categories, it's mostly 44,000 per year is what they expect. For others, it's 56,000. So definitely there is scarcity of people with these skills here. There are a lot of jobs, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's easy to get job here. But you would need a lot of help. If you have completed your master's here, then it is a lot more easier to get a job compared to you choosing it on your own. So that I can say.
I think you told me earlier before that you started looking for jobs before completing your master's, and that time you found challenges. Yes. And once you completed your master's, I think you started searching job. When did you? So if I can understand, when did you start searching for job, and how much time it took to get a job here?
I started soon after moving to Germany. It's like January 2020 is when I started applying. Initially, I got a lot of rejections. And that was also a time when this COVID happened. So there was very less opportunities as well. So then I discontinued looking for a job and completely concentrated on my master's. After completing again this December 2020 December, I started. Now I have ended up getting a job. So generally the process itself is a bit lengthy here. It doesn't happen fast. After every round, there will be 1 to 2 weeks of gap. After that, only next round happens. So there is a delay in the process already.
But still, I say if you start in December and by April you have a job, I think this is okay. It's not bad because in India it can take any time before you start searching job and to get a job. But one thing which I think you're bringing out very well is that you need to have a master's to get a job in Germany. Typically, Germany looks for master's degree minimum to give you a job, and pure bachelor's is not valued there. Actually, Germans like educated people, so you'll find, as I think Sana was saying, that they prefer PhDs, but knowing that not everybody can do PhD and there are not as many PhDs coming, the next best is to go for master's and get a job there. Yeah. So I think you also learned your German language during this time, and COVID actually gave you a good time as well to work on your language as well as do your master's thesis. Before I go to language, I think, what was your master's thesis? On what?
It was on credit card default prediction. It was similar to the one I did as part of the final project in IIIT Bangalore. I mostly worked in finance and banking domain. So that part I really was very interested towards. And there are two new concepts, one new concept in data science called model interpretability from Lyman Sharp. I wanted to explore that. So I continued my research and added this part to it. And it was basically credit card default prediction modeling is what I worked on.
Wow. And now, then you started, at the same time, you were learning German. So you started learning German sometime in which month?
Actually, before moving to Germany, I had completed A1 just to make it easier for me to have a basic communication in Germany. Because
and before you go there, I think people will wondering why Sahana moved to Germany. I think it's just clarifying. Why did you move to Germany? You didn't move with a job search visa. That you didn't move for the okay.
Yes, my partner, my husband, got on site here for 3 years, so he had to move to Germany for job. So I came here as a dependent and started looking for a job. I did not have so much luck initially. Then I decided to take up master's, finish it at least. Then I can start looking for a job. So that's the reason I moved. I came here on family reunion visa.
Great. and you started learning A1 when you were in India. And you started learning your A2. When did you start? After maybe 6 months or when you came here from Jan?
So when we decided to move to Germany only, I decided I should at least know basic of this language. Though people speak English here, but they don't prefer doing it many times because they think you're in Germany, you should speak German. They are friendly, they try to help you out, they won't be rude to you, but they expect you to at least understand basic words, have a very basic conversation with them in German. So A1 I did before moving here. After coming here to Germany in January, I started with A2, and it took me less than a year to complete A2, B1, and B2. I'm almost done with my B2 as well. I just have to take up my exam. So I would say from A1 to B2, it would take at least a year. B2 is not really needed unless you go for jobs which really require B2, or you have to converse with a client who is a German. Other than that, at least till B1 is good to have, I would say. It helps a lot. Even with PR, you want to take up driver's license, everything happens in German, the classes. So it's good to have at least B1 level, I would say.
Great. I think now let me just clarify. I think just for some of these guys who would have come directly to this webinar would not be knowing about the program we're talking about. Let me just take some time and explain to them. So this program is a master's degree in data science at IU Germany. IU Germany is an international university of applied sciences. It's a part of the German ecosystem of education. In Germany, there are multiple types of institutions. Some are public universities, some are technical schools, and then we have applied sciences. The difference between technical schools and public university versus applied sciences will be the focus of applied sciences is more on teaching, less on research, whereas the public universities as well as the technical schools focus more on research and less on teaching. Universities in applied sciences offer courses which are purely in English. So these are English taught courses. There is no expectation of you to know German language when you come to Germany, but they ensure, as I think Sana was mentioning, that they ensure that when you come to Germany, you are given sufficient knowledge of German language, and they will have free German languages course, which you can take up once you come. And from A1 to B1 is easy to do within a year, as Sahana has done. And if you put your mind to it, you will be able to do A1 to B1. B required to live successfully, I'll say, in Germany. Even for your PR, the requirement is only of B1. But yes, if you there are some jobs which will require you to know B2. So in case you can reach to B2, I think that will be opening up the remaining jobs which you would have not got. But at the same time, I'll confirm that if you are staying in cities like Berlin, Munich, you can live without German language. And we have done 2 webinars before this. The alumni have come and they have stayed there for 2 to 3 years, and none of them knew even A1 language or A1 level of German language. So it's a multicultural English-speaking country when it comes to main cities. But as soon as you go into the interiors of the Germany, you will be asked to know German language. Second thing which Sana has very, very well pointed out, at what kind of role you're playing. If your role requires you to be a client-facing, if you're going to communicate with the Germans all the time, then you need to know the German language. But if the role, like in mostly I'll say in software industry, if someone is pursuing only software courses and he's doing coding, his role does not require as much knowing client, and that is the job taken over by product manager or a business analyst. Then you can live without German language for quite some time. So that is to clarify. The course which we are offering starts in India, 1 year. You will study with IIIT Bangalore. You get to complete your basics of data science as well as take specialization. After a year, you will get an option of studying into IU Germany, where you will complete the remaining 1 year and get the master's degree, which is the minimum required to get a job in Germany. So you need to complete your master's degree to get a job in Germany. And once you complete master's degree, there are jobs in plenty. So then it's not a big issue. You should be able to easily find a job if you put your mind to it. And the good part is this whole thing is structured this way that once you go to Germany, the first semester you will be taking some courses, you'll be studying with the classes, you'll be studying with the professors. But the second semester is kept in a way where you only do a thesis and research. So you have more time to learn German language during that time versus the fully studying course. That means you are always in the class. Then you will be pressed for time to learn German language. This whole course, the way it is structured, it gives you sufficient time to learn the German language. So that's just to clarify whole thing to you guys, because this will be one of the questions which people will be asking, what exactly are we discussing here? in terms of, I think you went for a dependent visa. Getting a, do you have find friends who come for job search visa as well? They come to search only jobs?
Yes, there I did come across people who came from job seeker visa that will allow you to stay here in Germany for 6 months and search for jobs here. So that does have some prerequisite. You should already have at least I think 4 to 5 years of experience in that field already in order to get job seeker visa. There are certain requirements for it, but there are many people who came here and looked for job. You can also apply for jobs from India and then come here for interview once you get shortlisted or something. So there are a lot of websites. In case you want, I can name a few: Zing, Stepstone, Monster, Indeed. These websites offer a lot of job opportunities for both English speakers and non-English speakers. So yeah, you can start applying from India. And generally the visa sponsorship as such, I haven't heard much about it. It's mostly if you can get a work contract from your employer, you yourself can go directly to the visa office and apply for work permit or residence permit. So it is far more transparent, that process in India, in Germany compared to in US. So yeah.
Great. No, so I think this job search visa is available for 6 months. Job search visa is available to students, but I think in the last 1.5 years, because of the embassy being closed and there are a lot of pile-ups, job search visa is not easily available. That's what we are hearing from the embassy, that right now, even the student visa is little tough to get, given that India had a particular variant which is being avoided. So the visa is not available. Even in future, we'll know how much of job search visa are they giving. But that's why the student route is much easier. The one thing which I will like to point out between job search visa and student visa is that when you come as a student visa, you are allowed to do part-time jobs there. You can work up to 20 hours per week, but in a job search visa, you will not be able to work part-time. So you have to have that money in your bank and survive for 6 months before you find a job. That's one difference. Second thing is, typically job search visa is given to people, as Sana mentioned. You should be masters and studying for 5 to 6 years in the field which you want to come here for. Then only job search visa will be available. And applying from India is always possible, but given that you have so much good talent in Germany, there is a rare chance that you can find a job sitting in India for Germany. So yeah, you can get it. Nothing you cannot do, but that's the difference. If you take a student route, that's an easier route because you go study there for 1 year, get 1 year to acclimatize yourself with the system, education system. You will know a lot more about German before you apply for job, and that makes you the higher chances, higher probability of getting a job. So that's what. So you mentioned on this part, I think you mentioned some websites. How was your job search? I'll say once you decided, okay, I want to get for a job search. December, when you said, okay, I want to go for now find job. How did you go about it? Are there German websites, or you mentioned Indeed? Is it? I think this is global website. But how did you go about it?
Actually, Zing and Stepstone.com. These are the two websites that are very popular in Germany here. So once I decided to look for jobs, I started taking a premier membership in them and started applying for as many jobs as possible. And also networking and referral plays a very important role here, especially if you are applying for jobs on your own, not with the help of university. It does take a lot of time. You will get a lot of rejections initially because they generally prefer somebody who is just passed out of masters, or somebody who is already have work experience here. So I started applying for jobs through these websites, and I also connected with people through LinkedIn who are already working in those companies or whichever company I want to work for, and I tried to check with them if there are any openings. So that is how I started looking for it. So referral plays an important role. You have to have somebody to refer you, else it's a little difficult here.
Great. I think this is a very important point, Sana, you brought. This is where the student again gains advantage over the someone who is just coming first. Because when you are a student, there are multiple things you get from university. They will, first of all, they will help you in writing your resume. I think this is more important. Writing your resume, preparing for the interviews, will do a mock interviews with you. Second, they will have, so like in this case, IU Germany has got 3,500 recruitment partners. So they will invite those partners to come and do the talk. They will allow you to do networking events. You'll meet those guys. You will meet alumni who are working in those companies. So you can catch up with them. You can share your resumes to them. And they have their own job database, job search database, where you will go and apply. So you're not going blind. You know that this is an employer which has been hiring from this particular college, university. They know this college. So when you go there, it's a warm relationship which you start. And many times professors and the career center guys will be recommending you to the university, to the companies. So your job search is easier when you go as a student versus job search on your own when you do. So I think that's a very good point Sana brought out, that being a student helps you a lot. Companies.
Definitely.
And also I'll say one more thing, because you are working there 1 year as a part-time job, you already have networks which you have built in Germany. So you are not completely fresh, rather compared to a pure job search visa and going cold and talking to the companies. Could I get a job in Germany after job completion, or get a visa to look for a job in Germany? I think there's one question which was asked. Could I get a job in Germany after job completion, or get a visa to look for a job in Germany? I think there's some confusion. You can, after completing your coursework in Germany, you will get 18 months of job search visa from Germany. That is the time you should be able to get a job. Though people will get job before as well. There will be some people who will get a job before completing their degree, because they were doing thesis with the company, they were part-time working with the company, they could convert their part-time work to full-time work. But Germany allows you to stay in Germany for 18 months and look for jobs. And during those 18 months, you are not bound by the part-time working rule. You can work as much as you want. So there are no further rules of 20 hours per week, because 20 hours per week is kept only so that you can focus on your studies. It should not be that you are going there for work. But once your studies are over, the next 18 months, you are allowed to work as many hours. So if you want to do 50 hours, you can do 50 hours and earn salaries there as well. So that is one thing I wanted to answer. Now let me start with the questions which we have and see which ones we can answer quickly in next half an hour. Will I be eligible for Master's Data Science in Germany after the completion of my BCA course from Upgrad? Yes, Shubham, you should be able to do that, because it requires, to get into a IIIT Bangalore plus IU Germany course, you need to complete your bachelor's with minimum 50% marks. If you meet that criteria after completion of your BCA course, you are welcome to join IIIT Bangalore to go to IU Germany. So next question is, can you please name the top colleges for MS in data science? Is Germany good for data science? So Sana has not studied there, so I don't think she will be able to answer that question. But second question she can answer. Yes, Germany good for data science. What do you think, Sana? Is the data scientist?
Definitely, yes. There are a lot of opportunities here in data science field, and yeah, it is definitely a very good skill to have here, and there is a lot of demand for it as well. Yeah, I would say yes for that.
And Akash, just to add, data science course is not easily available in all the colleges. There are very few colleges who give specialization. But I have seen only in Germany, because I study a lot of the countries, data science as a full-time master's, I have only seen in Germany. Canada, US, etc. I have not found. There only it's a specialization of 6 months which you can do. The good part is Germany has a full-fledged, even a bachelor's in data science is available in Germany. I found it out. So if it is happening, assume that there's a lot of demand for data science in Germany. That's why these kind of courses are being launched by the universities.
And unlike in India, they don't expect you to already have an experience in data science field here. When I was looking for jobs in India, they do expect you to already have some experience. But comparatively here, they are open to take up freshers in that field, train them, build them as future data scientists. So there is definitely a lot of demand for that field here.
Great. There is a question, anonymous attendee is asking, to whom this applicable? I think this is applicable to all the students, all the learners, all the working professionals as well, who want to see a jump in their career. and want to pursue data science as a field, they can go for this course. It's cheaper on the pocket. They can start in India studying online. It also accelerates their entry into Germany. So the rules which are applicable to get into Germany are easy in this particular case. There is no IELTS required. And once you go to Germany, you build a career in Germany. So it's applicable to anybody who's thinking of building a career in Germany in long run. Now we have a big question from a learner called Nidhi Podishetty. Nidhi, I will pick up the questions which make sense for this particular discussion. And can we pursue undergraduate course being at India, I mean online, and simultaneously our regular course of Indian college? My interest is doing in BC and data science. Yes, Nidhi, you can do that. I think nobody will stop you. If you're doing 2 bachelors simultaneously, you are welcome to do. If BC and data science is offered online, right now I have not heard BC and data science being offered online by Indian university. I think you're talking of some German university which is offering a BC in data science. Please go ahead. You can do that. Nobody will stop you from that. I heard that there is a free education in Germany, whereas in actual there is no free. Is this a myth or a fact? Okay, this is a question which we have answered in last time. Yes, Germany provides you free education. Not free, but yeah, it's kind of a free education. But it's not that easy to get into. There's a lot of demand for that. You should have an IELTS score of 8. You should have 8.4 CGPA in your college. You should have some good research work done. You should have a work experience and all that hard work. If you have done, then you will get a free education in Germany. Again, once you go to free education, you should know that free education is not an easy education. It's a tough education. In government universities or public universities of Germany, nobody completes his master's in 2 years. It's a fact, you can check. It's at least 3 years which is required to complete, and that's a tough course. So 1 more year you have to do. And every year which you stay in Germany, it's a 10,000 euros cost. So in fact, for doing the same course, which is free in a simple language, you'll be spending 30,000 euros plus to complete your course. Given that you are going to spend 2 more years in doing that course, so you will be losing the salary of those 2 years. So there's an opportunity cost. So if I say you can earn 50,000 or 55,000 as a data scientist, you're losing close to 100,000 euros by doing 2 extra years of study. So it's free, but free also means that you are losing opportunity. So be very careful about when you hear the word free. Which is a better taught, German taught or English taught? I don't think I will answer this question. English taught is as good as German taught. It should be. That's why they are offering this course. What entrance exams to be cleared to get the admission in German university? You have to give a good IELTS score if you are looking for public university. But if you're looking for IU, there are no entrance examination. Very straightforward examination for entering in triple IIT. Okay, I think now I'll go. Shanu Yadav, I do for computer of science course diploma. I don't know what is this question, so I am going to skip this. I want to everything about data science in abroad, piece of other things. Aditya, I think I have answered this course question for you. It's a 2 years course, 1 year in India, 3.35 lakh is the cost. 1 year in Germany, it will be close to 20 lakhs. That 20 lakhs will be available to you as a loan if you have the eligibility. Okay, I'm going to the next question. If there is a, what are the procedures? Again, I'll skip this. I have 4+ years experience in automotive simulation. When can I switch? Okay, this question can you answer? I have 4+ years of experience in automotive simulation. Can I switch to data science job roles and work in Germany? How much is your prior experience of data analysis or data science required to move into data science? You have come from data analysis, so you will know better than us.
It's not something that's mandatory that you have to have some experience in order to get into data science. You can build it up during the course or with your own projects on the side. But having a data science experience at least for 2 to 3 years would definitely help a lot to pick up things faster, and you'll be able, you know, the data, so you'll be able to do a lot with data compared to the ones who are new to the data field. So I would say 2 to 3 experience is good to have, but it's not something mandatory that you have to have a background to get into this field.
Okay. There's a question from Reshin Rodney. Besides data science, how can I pursue my future in machine learning in Germany? Currently, I am doing my PhD from Triple ID Bangalore upgrad. I am assuming you are doing Triple ID Bangalore machine learning and AI course, and you want to understand whether you can get into machine learning and AI in Germany. What is the difference between data science and machine learning? Just for our students to know, the people are taking machine learning and AI versus data science. How much is the difference between the two?
Uh, Again, machine learning is kind of part of data science only. Data science has machine learning, deep learning as well, depending on the type of problem you're working on. So machine learning mostly concentrates on forecasting with the data. Deep learning goes a bit deep on a different level. So I can say machine learning is a subset of data science. Data science does include a lot of acquiring the data, data manipulations as well, statistics. Lot of those parts come into picture in data science. It's a bigger umbrella. Machine learning is a part of it, just like data analysis.
Yeah, so I think the machine learning, as Sana mentioned, is a specialization part of this one particular field in the data science. So if you've done machine learning, I think you can just get in touch with counselors. They will help you in finding the roles in Germany or whatever options you can do to pursue MS in Germany. Can you please tell us about the lifestyle in Germany? I think since you have gone, it was more or less locked down. But whatever you have seen, like, is it like, because your husband is working, is the lifestyle, especially on the work-life balance, I'll ask, is the work-life balance in Germany better than when you do in India?
Yes, work-life balance is definitely better here compared to India. Here, the work hours is 40 hours, like it's almost similar in India. But India, we would add one more hour. It would be up to 45 hours, 9 hours per day. And also, German people are very strict on the time. They want things on time. At the same time, by the end of the day, they want to log out. They don't generally drag work. There is no problem with work-life balance here. There are a lot of leaves as well, and you have to take. There are a lot of mandatory leaves. Even in my company, out of 27 leaves I get, 20 you have to take. You cannot just keep on carry forwarding to next year or anything like that. So even when it comes to medical leaves or sick leaves, you can take as many as possible. They do support a lot in terms of if you have any issues with your health. uh, Even I can give you an example. If you go to a doctor saying you're not well, they directly write you a 2 to 3 days leave letter, and you are mandatorily supposed to take those 3 days leave. You cannot say I am just well on one first day, I'll start working. No, it doesn't work. They expect you to be completely fine before you start with your work. So they do take care of employees well. So I would say it's really good working here.
Actually, I've heard that German companies never fire their employees. I don't know how much is the truth there, but I think labor laws are very strict there. You
Very
cannot
strict.
easily let go of any employee. And even if you let go of an employee, German Social Security will ensure that at least 60% of your original salary is paid to you. So you have enough salary coming so that you can survive. So in that sense, German government is very good. Healthcare system is very good. You don't have to worry about your healthcare costs. So these are some perks of working in Germany, surely. Um, what is the level of expertise in data science, years of experience required to avail job in Germany? You had no data science. You were data analyst, I'll say.
Yes.
So, but when you were looking at jobs, were they asking for experience as well, or they were allowing freshers to come?
They definitely allow freshers to come, but you will be able to defend your language, I mean, knowledge as well. Like you have to have a very good grasp of what you've done in your course. You should be able to explain your master's thesis very well. That is what they generally expect. They'll expect you to explain your thesis, what you did. They ask a lot of questions about it just to know what is the level of knowledge you have in this field. So as long as you can defend yourself that you're good enough to get into this role, experience doesn't really matter.
Sure. Can a person who have a bachelor's degree can apply for a job in Germany? Ravi, I think we discussed this earlier as well. Apply you can, but as far as I understand, as far as what I've been hearing, finding a job as a pure bachelor is very, very difficult in Germany. they prefer to come with masters at least. If you're looking for full-time job, obviously part-time jobs will be available. This is Samrat Sen Gupta. He is saying he's in your bucket only. I think he's boat only. Sorry, he's done triple ID Bangalore plus LJMU, and now I want to relocate to EU countries. What is the most optimal way? I have 12 years experience in IT industry. In last 4 years, I have been working as a data scientist. Samrat, you should continue to look for jobs. I think that's what we will say. Given that you have already done your master's, double master's in same field will not be very accurate to do. If you want to relocate to EU, I think job search visa, which we discussed earlier, is one route which you can take. Yeah. Any tips for getting calls and shortlisted while applying from India? Ankit, Sana never applied from India, so I will skip this question. I have been told every 2 months intakes happen in India. May I know what is the pass rate of the students? Means if 100 students join, how many pass out in the first year and go to Germany? Biswajit Patra, the answer, first of all, it's not the 2 month intake. We are doing every month intake. But the intakes which are optimal are where you will be able to go to the closest intake in Germany, because Germany will have only 2 or maybe 3 intakes, not that every month they can take intake. So you will have to manage that. Pass rate of, so just to check, Sana, in your, do you know any Triple IT Bangalore student who failed as well?
No, I haven't come across any. There are a range of GPS people got, but I haven't heard of anybody failing it. No.
So Biswajit, I just wanted to ask this question to Sana as well before I answer this. People drop out of the course, they don't complete the coursework. So I will not call them that, okay, they failed. They didn't even complete. But if you complete, there's a rare chance that you will be failing that course. The requirement of GPA is 2.4 out of 4, which should be doable in case you are spending that 15 hours which we ask and do your coursework on time. So unless you decide that, okay, you don't want to complete, which happens with very, very few. So our completion rate is 90% plus. Very few students decide not to complete because of their family issues or something. Then we will not count them in a pass rate. So they just decided not to continue. So this is answer. I am a bit skeptical about IU as it is a private university, and in Germany, public universities are more valued. Also, I wanted to know more about job placement scenario after completing masters from there. How will the university help in job placement? So Priyanshi, you can stay skeptical, and that's your right. But only answer is that getting into German public university will require time, effort, and luck. So it's the question which you have to answer, whether you want to hold on another year looking for German university, then spend 3 more years in completing your master's course and then start job, versus taking a easier route of starting now and getting a job there once you complete. As far as college is concerned, I have already talked about university helps students in finding jobs, 3,500 recruitment partner, people do come and get jobs there very easily. The track record is 94% of students have got job within 6 months of graduation. So just completing this part. Work experience in India matters for the part-time job in Germany or not? Amal, it's a very straightforward answer. Yes, it will matter. If you have some experience in whatever domain you have worked earlier, it will always be valued. But having said that, freshers also get jobs. It's not that they don't got part-time work, but jobs. The quality and the payment varies depending upon your experience. I am employed as senior software engineer in India. What are the options for me if I want a job in Germany? I don't want to leave the current job till I get one in Germany. Neetu, I think very difficult to answer. You have to give up something to get something. Otherwise, if you're not willing to give up your 1 year in Germany studies in college, then Sana already talked about it. You can apply from India as well, or you can apply for a job search visa. And if you get that, then you go to Germany and find a job where this job search visa is only for 6 months. During that time, you are not expected to do part-time work. Once you have a job, then you will be able to convert your job search visa to a temporary residency visa. So yes, option exists. Tough, but you can do that. Nothing is impossible. How is the opportunity for 20+ years of experience with masters from LJMU? What do you think, masters from LGMU? If someone has done, you have how? Okay, let me ask you this one. I think the question is a little difficult. As a master's from LGMU, when you talk to the university about the companies in Germany, what was their response? They valued your master's from UK university?
Yeah, yes, definitely. The masters is recognizable here. They did not question any more about it. They did consider it as a good university. They did not question. Even me doing the course online was not a problem for them, but it added as my advantage, thinking I already had a job, stable job, and good experience in the field, and I parallelly took up masters and did that, added to my advantage that I'm ready to learn, upskill myself with the trend. So even the online part did not make much difference in my case.
Great. I think I would like to emphasize on this point which Sana mentioned. Germany actually allows part-time studies. People do part-time studies there. It's not something which is new for them. And given that the COVID has actually moved everything online, online part-time studies are going to be seen in the same manner as a regular full-time course. So that's the answer to your question. Yes, masters in LGMU will be very valuable. But the only difference between masters from LGMU and masters from IU Germany will be that IU Germany will give you a 18-month search visa, job search visa, which LGMU masters cannot get you in Germany. So otherwise, what you are doing as a course is very, very valuable. I am currently working as data engineer in one of the leading financial firms. I have 1 year experience. How can I pursue this course? So anonymous attendee, I think it's very easy. Just talk to our counselor or someone will reach out to you anyway. You can just apply, give a test. If you get an offer letter, pay the fees of the first year, and then you are through. You will be going to the second year in Germany. I have answered this question. I am into software testing automation, Selenium with Java. I have 4 years of experience. I want to migrate Germany with my kids as I recently lost my husband this year. How good is testing in Germany? I'm really sorry to hear about this, Anuradha. And I don't think, Sana, do you have any knowledge about this testing roles in Germany? Can you talk about this or out of your field?
I do have some of my friends who got into testing and automation fields here. Actually, they did get the job faster because they don't need any language because they work on the back end side of it. So there is no customer interaction. So even without having German knowledge, they will be able to get the job. There are many jobs for testing and automation as well, from what I have heard from my friends.
So I think, Sana, you mentioned 2 portals where she can go and search jobs. Which was one was the
Xing,
Xing
and Stepstone.
Xing and Stepstone. Anuradha, I will request you to go to these websites and search for jobs. If you get a job there, I think you will be able to take your kids as well as yourself there. Can you talk about the finance in terms of the fees, living expenses for a student, etc.? So you will be required to pay a fees in India, which is 3.35 lakh. And when you go to Germany, you have to first of all pay 10,332 euro in a bank, which you will be using for your living costs. Apart from that, the college fees right now is 14,990 euros, and there are scholarships available. Someone from our team will be able to help you on this, Amreen. Okay. Any chances for embedded systems for electrical students? You are electrical and companies. Have you come across jobs for electrical students?
While applying for jobs, I did see many such openings. I haven't looked at it in detail, but electrical and mechanical, obviously, automation, they have a very good demand here. But I cannot say in detail, but I did come across a few while applying. It's good.
Someone is asking question. This question I think is for me. University of Brighton is not showing ranking in QS World Ranking. So Abhishek Soni, just to give you an answer, when it comes to ranking, especially QS World Ranking, you should look at the parameters which they rate on. Few of the parameters are against these universities in that sense that they are not a research university. And QS ranking will always value a university which will have more research output. So that sense, applied sciences universities will always be at disadvantage. Second, also it depends on how much is the endowment they get from their alumni. Again, applied sciences universities typically are private and self-sustaining, so they do not get too much of endowment. So the way the parameters are created, typically you will find only public universities are coming in these parameters in the ranking. Private universities will find it tough to get into ranking. But don't worry. The good part is that applied sciences universities are very much focused because they don't get into ranking. They are very much focused in producing outcomes. So they help students getting the job, which is the more important, unless you're looking to do research and that stuff. I'm just skipping questions which are not, given that we have less time now. Everybody is asking this question: how to get a job in Germany? I am doing PG diploma in AI ML from Upgrad. I think again we have discussed, if you are looking for a job in Germany, go to these websites, zinc.com and Stepping Stones, and figure out a job. And the other route is to do a master's degree in Germany and find a job. Once you go there for 18 months, you get a visa. I have completed MBA in marketing and have experience of 4 years in insurance. Can I go to data science? Will I be able to learn without any background? This is a question from Rahul Kumar. He wants to know that, given that he is an MBA in marketing and has been in that field for 4 years in insurance, can he learn data science? What do you think? Is data science tough for an MBA to learn?
No, even in the data science field is very vast. There are a lot of mini roles or tasks associated in that. It is not just one role. So even for an MBA, there are a lot of roles, such as they can be a product management associate or a consultant, where they will still be talking to the clients. They will be managing data science projects. They can take up roles such that they still need data science knowledge, but they'll not be directly working, coding, doing any such coding or anything, but still work in data science field and also have their MBA knowledge also in hand for the experience. Like all the product owners or consultant, BAs, all of them do require management experience. So they can take up positions like that, which are associated with data science.
So I'll just add on to what Sahana said. Actually, Rahul, having an experience in any domain will help you when you get into data science, because every domain is today dependent on data science. So when you talk about insurance, I'm sure credit underwriting or underwriting of policy is heavily dependent on data, and the algorithms are working now to figure out what kind of premium we can give. So now we just taking example of policies, like if you're taking a car insurance, we'll also track how are you using it, what is the age of the driver, and they put now those devices in the car to check how smooth are you driving. So much of data is being captured to do the right evaluation of the premium. So yes, if you're looking for a data science, you can start now, and your insurance experience will be very valuable when you go there. Is there any college in Germany which offers data science courses without GRE score? Yes, we are talking of that college only, anonymous attendee. It's an International University of Applied Sciences. You don't need GRE score today. You can just join the course and go to Germany and complete your master's degree. I have completed my master's in computer science in 2010, and I will be eligible for the course that you have mentioned right now. My age is now 37 years with 12 years of IT experience. Manju, as far as eligibility criteria is concerned, double master's is allowed. If you've done a master's in computer science, you can always do a master's in data science. 37 years with 12 years of IT experience will always be valued. I just want to confirm with you that if you're going for 1 year course in Germany, which is 1 year in India and Germany, you will not get a spouse visa. So Sahana got it because Sahana's husband was working there and she got this. For study, you will not be able to get spouse visa. So you should be ready for that. If you have a spouse, how he or she will be living without you for a year. That's the question which I wanted to say. I think let's take one more question and finally we can stop. Sahana, apart from Python, what other programming languages are crucial to work in the data science field in Germany? It's a direct question to you, Sahana. Apart from Python, what other programming languages are crucial to work in data science field in Germany?
Actually, if you look at any opportunities, open opportunities in Germany, they don't clearly mention this is exactly the language they want. They generally say knowledge of programming language. It can be Java, or it can be Python or R or SAS. They generally expect you to have a programming knowledge. So I would say Python has better demand here compared to others. Along with that, I would say you would definitely need SQL for data management. And it's all having big data skills, at least a basic knowledge of it definitely helps. Lot of the opportunities I saw do expect you to have at least a basic knowledge of big data technology. So big data, SQL for data management, Python for data analysis and modeling. I think with this, you would be able to manage here.
Sure. And one question, I think he's now asking you salary. How much we can earn after completing data science course in Germany? So I as per the available stats, it is somewhere around 56,000 euros. Now, how much exactly you can earn depends on your work experience, your earlier knowledge, and how well you do the in the course. So salary varies between 50,000 to I think 90,000 euros. Am I right, Sana?
Yes, for somebody who is starting now or with very less experience, it goes from 50 to 65. Somebody already experienced in data science can get about 65.
Yeah, so I think, so yes, Kunal, the salaries are sufficiently high. Yes. As a data scientist, you don't have to worry about getting your temporary residence or PR because your salaries will be higher than regular guys. So PR should be easily available. Last question. Is there any placement or campus process to get jobs after this course, or has it done by individual? As I discussed earlier, IU has a very established career center which will help you in finding jobs. Unlike India, there is no placement services that everybody guarantees here that I'll invite Infosys to the campus and they will take you. In this case, there's an effort required from your end. You have to go and give the interviews in the premises of the company, or maybe right now Zoom, because given the COVID restrictions, you can do a Zoom interview. It won't be that companies are coming to the campus and interviewing you, but there is a full support given by the university. They will refer you. They will let you know about the job openings. You can apply from there. Sahana, can we get a referral from you in future? Possibly when we graduate in 2023. Siddharth Kumar. Siddharth is our learner. Yes, Siddharth, you should be. You are an alumni.
Yes, definitely. I know the struggle of searching for a job. I'm happy to help anybody who wants any referral or any help related to any details you need for that matter.
Great. I think now we have come to an end of our whole conversation. We have spent 1 hour. I think there's still questions left. And I hope some of the questions which are not answered, guys, don't worry. Our counselors will reach out to you and they will help you answer those questions. We really want to support everybody, but given that time restriction, we can pick up whatever is relevant today and whatever is easy to answer. So anyway, detailed answers will be given by our counselors. Let me thank Sahana being very patient and answered all our questions. All the best for your future. And some of our learners will reach out to you. Don't worry, they will send you the LinkedIn request. And once they are in Germany, obviously, they will reach out to you for referrals.
Yes.
Great. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you, Ankur. It was a nice opportunity. I am glad I was able to help some, at least, with my answers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very helpful to us. Thank you. Take care. Enjoy your weekend, everybody else. Take care. Bye.